Next up, we're going to configure some tags, some custom fields, and then we're going to move on to creating our campaigns. So first off, in our tag section, HiveMind comes with a few pre-built tags that you could choose to use, but specifically we'll create some tags that are going to help us keep track of our data and customer responses. So we're going to start with a tag called not contacted. This tag is going to be used for tagging records that we import and for people that we have yet to contact. Next tag is going to be no response. This tag is to tag the records that we may have contacted but not received the response from yet. Another tag would be contacted and responded. We're also going to create a tag called hot for any hot leads we receive. We're going to create a tag called warm for warm leads. We're going to create a tag called trash for trash leads. And we're going to create a tag called realtor in case we receive any sellers that want to sell and want to list on the market. Either if you're a realtor or you work with a realtor, it might be helpful to pass those leads onto the realtor. So we have not contacted, no response, we have responded, and we have contacted. And then in addition to contacted, we also have some tags that specify the disposition of the seller or the lead, whether it's hot, warm, trash, or realtor. We also may benefit from a tag that says not interested, and we might also benefit from having a tag called follow-up. One more tag I like to create is wrong numbers, so we can pull people that say that they were the wrong person, or perhaps we never heard a response back, or it was undelivered. We can tag them all as wrong number. Then I also like to create tags for cities that we're targeting, city, state, and the year when we're running our campaign. So for instance, if I was to target San Antonio, I would create a tag called San Antonio keeps my data organized. So I create another tag for the state. And this could be just TX, this could be Texas spelled out, depends on how you want to keep your data organized. I would probably just benefit from having a short tag that says TX. And then I also want to create a tag with the month and the year, so we can keep our data tagged as to when this was imported. We can create a lot of different tags later as we start automating our system, but in the beginning, with these few tags that we just talked about, that we've gone over, you should be able to import your data, organize it correctly, and be able to perform some basic functions, some manual functions. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to go to custom fields, and we're going to ensure all of the additional fields that we need for our data and our sellers' information to be stored in are present. So for instance, anytime we have a record that we import, the record must contain first name, last name, an address, whether it's a property address or a mailing address, a phone number, and or an email address. HiveMind will not let you import the contact if it does not have at least a phone number or an email address. The rest of the fields are optional. And in our data, in the lists that we pull, the lists that we get skip traced, it's fairly common for us to receive multiple phone numbers for one contact, and Hivemind has already populated these additional fields like phone 2, phone 3, phone 4, phone 5, phone 6 for you to be able to use those. So at the moment, we do not necessarily need any custom fields. If we come across any data that we need to save and a custom field does not exist, we can always create these custom fields on the fly and integrate it with our account. So we've got new tags and we've got custom fields where we can store the additional phone numbers, and I think we're set at this point. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to start configuring our first SMS campaign.